Yeah, no.
Oh my God. Hi. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Definitely have. But I do have one by the name of Jonathan. And I can visit all with you. Oh, wow.
Good evening. My name is Chris Budnick, and I want to welcome everybody to our 146th men's transition ceremony. For the ladies from the women's campus, can you show us how to do that? And a lot to learn, guys.
Now they're like the lost.
Hey, so I'm gonna keep this kind of brief. First off, want to make sure we extend our thanks to the participants who worked real hard today. Working with security, they're helping with the parking, they got the food prepared, got the place cleaned up. Did something here. Did something over there. Saw a ping pong table in the chapel. Maybe so Patrick can, get some spiritual intervention when he's playing. But I want to thank the participants for all their hard work. I want to thank the staff for getting things ready. And I don't know if we have anybody here from our board of directors, board of trustees, but these are folks that dedicate their time, give back, and help do the work behind the scenes to make sure we get the funds to keep open and so forth. So without further ado, really excited tonight to hear the different stories that are going to be shared, draw some inspiration, some hope from that, some lessons. So I'm going to introduce John L. Ron Hubbard.
Chris said was Dianetic, not diabetic.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, come on, guys.
Evening, John.
We got to do better than that. Good evening, everyone. There we go. Finally get some energy. I get it. So I am deeply honored to be up here tonight to introduce these guys to you. The first gentleman I need to speak of, I've known since 2002. He is one of my closest friends in recovery. He is a testament to the fact that we do not give up on you. Ever. Okay. He has so far, and I'm counting this as his last function here other as a visitor. So far, he has 54 detox admins. He's been on waiting lists 13 times. He's been on overnight 24 times. Woo! Met one 11 times. Met two 4 times. It's getting better as you go. CTR1 2 times. CTR2 1 time. And tonight he's silver chips. While he was here, he was addressed on some behaviors. I
couldn't even keep up with the count of not following guidelines. The self-will was pouring out of his employee file cabinet. Yeah. He was addressed on self-centeredness, pride, sloth, fear, and just about any other thing that you could possibly be addressed on. And ironically, this gentleman arrived here in 2017 on June 16th. So today makes 6 years.
All right, Kurt. Yeah.
He has been to 839 meetings while in program. We didn't even try to count detox. In program, he was here 891 days.
Have a call, no?
At a cost of
$5 stay.
$51,678. So after the ceremony tonight, we do have the loan officer set up back there that we'll need you to meet.
Okay.
Okay. I am so proud and honored to introduce to you tonight my friend in recovery, Mr. Kurt Long.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
Wait, I forgot something. What is it? Oh, there it is. Oh.
So as true to fashion, I've got one.
Oh, man.
Two guys were on a deserted island. A genie came by and said, you each get one wish. The first guy, without hesitation, said, I miss my wife. I miss my dog. I miss my family. I want to go home. Poof, he disappeared. Then a guy kind of scratched his head a little bit and he said, man, I need some time. So we walked around the island once or twice, came back up to him. He said, I realized with that guy gone, I sure have a limit. Can you bring him back? Yeah, that everything in my life today. Well, but Oswald is my sponsor. He's got 51 years. I've been with him 2 years and we talked yesterday for about 2.5 hours and he assured me it wasn't a fifth step, but he said that I can sponsor and that I should mention the fourth step. I walked out of here 54 times because I was scared. Because I didn't want to do the work that I knew was before me. And that was get in touch with Kurt. That was to dig up, to get out what was eating him alive and killing him. And it wasn't the booze. I've run every my life. He always has been, but getting closer. I have an 85-year-old mother and an 85-year-old father right here.
Yeah.
When I did my 9th step, Bob said, you got 2 amends, mom and dad. Set aside a time on one Saturday on speakerphone. And I I must first begin the road of reparation with them. God has informed me that his will for me is to do that first. It's gonna be a challenge. I did the 4-step and I'm a miracle compared to a year ago when I did it. And it's just gonna keep getting better because I'm working the steps and Bob said I'm hooked. So with that I'll.
Congratulations.
Right. The next gentleman. Let's see here. He spent a total of 292 days here. And had 328 meetings. And he's one of the guys that comes through once in a while, that when he walks through the door, he knows that he's done. He knows that he's finished. And he is committed to getting through the program. And in doing so, he really learned where all the radar installations were. So I wouldn't say that he was flying under it, but he certainly knew how to get around them. He was held accountable for not following guidelines. Let me remind you, not following guidelines. So we won't even go into some of the other guys sitting up here that were in that community. So and his ENOPS, he said, were sloth and procrastination. So he just kind of stayed in the shadows a lot. And he kept working and getting more and more involved and got into the kitchen and did more and more and more in there. And kitchen is one of the places here that will bring out behaviors in you. I'm not sure why it didn't in him. But, yeah. But I do want to introduce a friend of mine. He is the sound guy for the concerns. Yeah, made us sound really good for the art of recovery. I present to you Joshua McKinney.
You had to follow Kurt Long. It's been an emotional day for me. Just thinking about the journey of the last year. And, it's funny, John said that because it really is. Step 6 says we were entirely ready. And that's the one thing that summed up this journey for me. I was done. Since I'm 45, and since I was 23, I've been in and out of prison. Get out of prison, get back to drugs, back to prison, back to drugs. And it's been a vicious cycle. God became real in my life a little over 15 months ago. And God led me here. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the staff, my time here. It was all about doing something different. And I've not been willing to do anything different. I was so used to the bondage of addiction. Even though it was so painful, I was so comfortable in it. When I was met one, they put me in the kitchen and I said, I would never, ever, I'm looking for any place other to get a job, B&G, wherever. I ended up spending 6 months in the kitchen. I've done 7 ceremonies. And the pain and arduous journey that this is, I was reading a book today about the settlers moving to Oregon and that painful trail that it was to cross the river and go out west, and what a journey that was. And the author said it was a necessary, miserable journey. In a lot of ways, that's what sobriety has been for me. It was painful, but the goal has been beyond my wildest imaginations. When I got here, it was 2 weeks before Father's Day, and Rayford put us on property restriction for Father's Day. And I wanted to leave. And my little did I know that my wife, ex-wife, separated, now wife again.
Yeah.
Would wasn't gonna bring my kids to see me in the first place, but I didn't know that. And last week I moved home with my 3 kids and wife. And a year ago, when I got here, she wouldn't even answer the phone. I couldn't talk to my children. And so God has worked true miracles in my life. And you know, if there's one thing that just this time at HT really gave me a chance to cultivate a relationship with the Lord. And in that, I have learned to live a life that honors, He changed my heart to live a life that honors Him instead of honoring the appetite that I fed and taught to love things that destroyed me, which in turn taught me to destroy everything that I loved. And so, by the grace of God, I'm sober today, 15 months. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mr. Dickens. Mr. Jason. Y'all have all been an inspiration to me, and it's been a joy coming through this program with you guys. Thank y'all very much.
Proud of you, buddy. All right, well, this next gentleman I need to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Just 30 days.
Yeah,
Just 30 days.
first, I do want to thank you. Jake, I want to thank you for all of the suggestions on how to improve our program. And you'll be glad to know that after 4 shampooings, we did get the ego out of the planning room part.
Oh, yeah. Good one, Joy.
So obviously Jake was one of the peer mentors here. And he came through at a time where, for lack of a better term, we had a lot of personality in the planning room. And so coming through the program, Jake spent 315 days here and attended 449 meetings. And he was held accountable on, I believe, the one time he came up in community for a poor job performance, not following guidelines, a not tour ready, and shocker, entitlement. And his exact nature of the problems were self-will, sloth, and shocker again, people pleasing. And then he got into the planning room and learned that we don't roll that way in there. And so he was held accountable. I would go into that a lot more, but what goes on in the planning room stays in the planning room. He was a big part of us making the transition coming out of COVID here. Really helping, was a strong leader. And I will always consider him to be one of my friends. While he was here, he worked hard. He was very serious about his recovery. And with that, I'm incredibly proud of you. You came on quite a journey. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Jake Ingebrigtsen.
I don't know if the entitlement's that bad, okay?
Yeah, it's horrible. Go ahead. Your time. You've been quick.
There are a lot of people to thank here, Mr. Dickens, Mr. Hubbard, Jason, Mr. Budnick, Rayford. I was terrified of you for a long time, still am a little bit. I don't think he's here, but Bobby Barrett was my peer mentor, and kind of showed me what a peer mentor was supposed to be. He kept me here when I was ready to leave multiple times. Frank still jokes with me that I was here for 30 days for about 90 days in a row. Every 30 days, I was like, I'm out. Can't do this. I was one of the ones that struggled with step one. I struggled with thinking that I couldn't do this on my own. I struggled with truly accepting that my life had become unmanageable. And it had. Absolutely. I remember my mom dropping me off here, and I don't even think the car stopped. It was one of those rolling, get out of my car. She had lied to me about how long this program was. She said like 30, 60 days. I'm thinking, okay. That's why I look like that. I just found out that it was 9 to 12 months. My first memory of Mr. Dickens. Getting a vape in this room. Outside of the kitchen, just made Met 2, thought I was a big deal. And he comes around the corner of the kitchen asking where Jack Eagle is. I'm raising my hand like, I think that's me. He's just telling me to get my back. You're overnight. And I was devastated. And I called my parents. And they wouldn't come get me. But that was probably the best thing that I needed them to tell me. My journey here wasn't done. It wasn't easy. Unlike Josh, I avoided the kitchen like the plague and was successful in that. Very successful. And then became a peer mentor. And that's where I saw the true power of this program. Being able to go downtown and facilitate class, getting to spend time with Mr. Dickens and learning how much he truly cares about every person here. And that's a rare thing. I credit HT with saving my life because it did. I realized that a higher power existed because what were the odds that I came to this program with 3 of my now best friends out of all the days that we could have come here. Frank came 3 weeks, Tyler was a week. We were all within that range. And these are guys that I will never lose touch with. So that convinced me that there's somebody up there that knows what he's doing way better than I do. I just can't say thanks enough to this facility. I owe a lot of money to this facility. And I just want to say thank you again to Dickens, Budnick, and Hubbard. Thank you.
Congratulations again. Proud of you, buddy.
He's the greatest. The greatest. You got it, Frank.
So, the next gentleman I need to speak of.
Wow.
Basically, what I need to relate to him is, ooh,
What?
there you go. Frank Jones. He was here a total of 293 days. Went to 358 meetings. And as for flying under the radar, he was not nearly as good at it as Jake was. He was addressed on not following guidelines. No surprise. For poor job performances, a procrastination, a not tour ready, another shocking one, entitlement, and broken commitment. His issues that he addressed with that was self-will, sloth, fear, anger, time management, and people pleasing. Frank came through and he really worked hard on himself. And we went through some struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never gave up, and he's an object of perseverance with this. And he just kept proving that strength again and again. I think it was Oakwood 24.
41 miles.
41 miles. Somebody said you were doing push-ups every,
1,023.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good number.
he's.
Especially my second year, but Jake took that.
So his community didn't really hold him super accountable at times. Yeah, it was that click, yeah. But then he came into the planning room, which reminds me, you're gonna need this back.
Yay.
I encourage you to ask him about that. I would say, but what goes on in the planning room stays in the planning room. So Frank is one of the guys that comes here and finds himself. He went on a journey. And when he walked in the doors, he was lost. And when he walked out the doors, he knew who he was. And so, Frank, I'm incredibly proud of you. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Frank Jones.
I don't know what to do with my hands, so
Hold the phone.
yeah, we'll lose it this time. Yeah, wow, I look at that picture, guys, and it really shows you, you know, I can sit up here and talk, but the proof is right there. I came here broken. I've been a drug addict and an alcoholic since I was 13, 14 years old. I chased something. And truly, I was running from myself, and HT gave me a chance to find myself. I came here, broken. I lost every job I've ever had. My family had rightfully walked out of my life because I was ruining anyone that got close to me, as many of us do. And HT helped me rebuild all of that. I have one of the best jobs I've ever had. I have the greatest people in my life, the greatest friends. I talk to my kids on a regular basis. And at one point a year ago, I couldn't even pick up the phone and call them. It's really hard for me to put into words what happened, other than a higher power. You know, I stopped making excuses and I found my results. You know, if there's anything y'all get from me tonight, is stop trying to find the way that we know is not going to work. I have a brother out there right now, many of y'all know that just can't get it, and because he can't stop trying to make it work on his own. Guys, step one says it. Our life is unmanageable. It's the only step that deals with drugs and alcohol. You know, there's still struggles that I battle. You know, that's something that never goes away, but now I have the foundation to battle those struggles. My problems are nowhere near what they were. I'm no longer homeless. I'm no longer destitute. I'm living a life beyond my wildest dreams. I thank Chris, John, Dick, and Whitney, all of y'all, Amanda. I'm not going to get emotional, but this place has truly changed my life because I stopped trying to change it on my own. And I thank and love every one of y'all.
I'm excited.
Oh, All right. My name is William Dickens. I'm the planning room coordinator for the men's and women's facilities, signature for number 133. The case by the grace of God is 9/15/2002, and I've been clean and sober, or either one you want to put it over 20 years. Woo! Now, what I'm asking y'all guys to do is loosen up a little bit. I mean, y'all sitting here real tight and looking, and we have a ceremonies over at the women's band, they blowing the windows out with noise. And y'all guys have to put it. Hopefully one day you'll be standing up here, or if not, we still gonna back up a minute, cause my co-partner John didn't do it. So I'm gonna invite you to become a change maker. A change maker is somebody that freely gives back what was so freely given to them. It costs $55 a night to stay here, so this program is not free. So if you say you love the program, guys and ladies, freely give back what was so freely given to you. Now, I'm gonna try to keep moving from there, but you say you love the place and what it did for you. And I just want to say, I'm glad, see, we got plenty of good time. I'm gonna still let y'all go. Somebody might as well do some talking up here. But y'all guys really sounded really good. I mean, you were very professional, man. No more. Right. But they didn't give a lot of help because them guys right there manipulated the whole country. And 6 or 7 months and over the town. They did 1, 2, 3, and the sidekick. And one thing you learn about this program, in this program, you got to learn to change people, places, and things. So I'm so proud of y'all guys, because there's a guy in here that I went through this program with in 9/15/2002. Now, me and him had some big arguments, but down there at CTR 1 Hall, we talked about real stuff. Sometimes we talked about it and we cried. But today, me and this guy are still, he called me his best friend. And I call him mine. You see what I'm saying? So you build new relationships up in here, guys, and that's what these guys have done. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so happy. Kurt, you wasn't a part of the clique. I'm telling you, they would have attacked. But you stood firm, so they didn't bother you. But there was a clique going on. So y'all guys in CTR 19 is clicked up. Y'all are not the first clique. Actually, y'all are not a strong clique. Y'all just saw them guys. On these cliques around here, when a guy come up here, he didn't get help but one time, something happened. If the book said drugs and alcohol is a symbol of the problem, where's the problem? Y'all don't know. Come on, I'm the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord, teaching. And I asked y'all one simple question, and y'all did not look that like it. And I said all the time. If drugs and alcohol is a symbol of the problem is our attitudes and behavior. And if you could have changed yourself, why are you here? And I know y'all, some of y'all said, he done said that so much, but I'm telling you, I want y'all to get this thing. People are dying, in case y'all don't know. People are dying, man. This thing is killing people. So just drinking and drugging, ain't you stopped drinking and drugging for a while? Did it solve the problem? You got to apply what you learned. And I thank God for my peer mentors like Ray, West, one that just passed away, Denzel, that was in front of me and showed me the way. And that's what we trying to do, trying to help y'all, man. And ladies, so I laugh and I joke, but I'm serious when it comes to this recovery thing, because it's killing people. And if you get this opportunity, just stick and stay a little while. Like I heard, put your ideas away and let us teach you something that you don't know. Because if you knew how to do it, you sure wouldn't stay in that shelter when rapists start hooping in the house. Tell you that, you would leave right there. So the fifth guy we're gonna be recognizing new alumni is Mr. Durham Bateman. Yeah. I guess I'm watching y'all and I see how y'all looking up here, but I'm telling you, if y'all was at the women's facility, they probably been scared. Because over there, they really do. What is the word? I ain't gonna say party.
Go out.
They really do celebrate seeing somebody turn their lives around. Okay. But this guy, I'm telling you, he's another guy that started this journey a long time ago. Durham Bateman first arrived at Healing Transitions September the 25th, 2012. He was in detox 5 times, met one 6 times. Well, let me back up. Detox 5 times, waiting list, which we call now pre-met 6 times, met one 6 times, met 2 times, CTR 1 2 times, and CTR 2 1 time. I might have said that right. I get so worked up when I do it. Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real. He was addressed by his peers. He was a part of the clique, and I'm gonna tell you why. 6 times for not following the guidelines, 1 time for not tour ready, 1 time PJP. Some of his enochs was self-will, fear, sloth, R&J focus. Now, Darrell is doing what a lot of y'all guys doing in CTR1 community right now. You don't participate. You do number 1 and thinking you're giving away, but you ain't giving away. Inappropriate behavior will repeat itself. But one thing about Darrell, I'm telling you, man, I'm so happy for him. I really am. Yeah, really happy for Darrell. D. Bateman. Some of the help he got from his peers, but 1 week TV ban, he must have was staying around in there too much. Job change, he must have was lazy. Unguarded moments can lead to a return to use. He must have was, sitting around like that I do. And we stole this one from the women's folks, Tracy. He had a trust walk. I don't know who trusted him, but they trusted him. But he got a trust walk. 1 week, share morning meditation because he wouldn't get out the bed sitting outside, so we had to find something for him to do. 500 words on fears are not facts. Trudge with the met ones 1 time. This must be some of this sloth you won't do it. 1,000 words on step 1 always apply. And find a home group. And we shouldn't have found you that, but you found a home group and a good sponsor. So I don't know whether you're a change maker, but you're pretty good with math. John didn't tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell you. You attended 740 meetings, and you was here 326 days, times 55. You figure that out. So please help me welcome silver chipper number 1025, Mr. Durham Bateman.
Before I came to Healing Transitions, I was in New York City. I was roaming the streets, going from borough to borough, drinking every day. I was lost. I got in contact with my good friend Dow West here, and he brought me here. This is in 2012. I stayed. I got into CTR1, and then I left. And I stayed sober. I was white knuckling it, but I stayed sober for about 5 or 6 years. And then I returned back to use. And then this last time when I got back, I was just tired, man. Ooh.
All right, now.
I couldn't do it anymore. I got too old, got health issues. And I decided to just give up. And once I gave up, things started to change. I got me a good sponsor, Mr. Darren Pittman. He's always there for me. We talk constantly on the phone. It's not like a week is gonna go by and I don't talk to my sponsor, even though something's wrong, because I mean, I call him every day. You know, I run things by him. I don't really trust my judgment. I have a nice network, got a good home group. I got a good family. I got good people in my life. Like, but due to the alcohol and the drugs, people kind of stayed away from me. But thank God, like this place is a lifesaver for a lot of people. Unfortunately, some people do pass away, you know, on our journey. You know, if you're around here long enough, it happens. It's just part of life of being here. I just want to say thank you to the whole entire staff, everybody. Everybody's always treated me really well since I've been here. And I can't really say I had any issues with any staff members because I realized I had to surrender. I just basically surrendered, gave my life over to God. And I just started just trusting and just believing. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, you've been down, have had some rounds, man. We have been some rounds. He's here. That's all right. That's all right. The next new alumni we're gonna be recognizing. He wasn't in the main group of the clique, but he was a clique participator. They didn't put a lot of heat on him neither. And I'm telling you, we should have brought some of the ladies over here for some of these communities, because y'all run shop. Tyler Cobb, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was part of that group.
I remember that.
Tyler arrived here June 30th, 2022. He completed the program May 28th, 2023. He got a little bit of help from his peers because he had somebody always bailing him out. He had 2 poor job performances, 4 not following guidelines, broken commitment 2 times, and unattended property. Some of his Enochs were pride, self-will, focus, inconsideration, sloth, people pleasing. That's why I say, see, you was one of the side members of the clique. So they had to kind of put you out there on the spot a little bit to try to act like it was a clique. So when I come up with this next guy, I'm gonna prove it was a clique. 500, this all the help that he got here now. Y'all listen to this. Amanda, don't bow. 500 words on each Enoch. A verbal roster check. Tracy, what is going on in here? 5 minutes with 3 detox clients. Finish step 4 by Friday. Now, if y'all know this program, you will know that this stuff that he got, he was able to get it done real quick because it really didn't put no pressure on. 2 Fridays help decorate for Christmas. I'll tell you right now, we ought to put, if we could go back, we ought to move them all to overnight. It's a shame. But anyway, you're sober today. That's all that matters. You're sober today. And I tell you right now, y'all guys ought to stop that mess, man. Please help me welcome silver chipper number 1026, Mr. Tyler Cobb.
My name is Tyler Cobb, and I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, like Mr. Dickens was saying, I got here June 30th, 2022. And you know, they say a lot that HT didn't come knocking on your door and come ask you to stay here, but the situation was a little different because literally that's what happened. I got brought here by the rapid response program. So on June 29th, I had like an overdose off of from narcotics, and the team comes out to anytime that a Narcan was used, they respond to that address and they just offer support, any kind of resources. And I actually thought that it was one of my friends from Miracle Movers trying to offer me a job, so I was eager to open the door, and then it turned out to be my sponsor, now my sponsor's wife, Patricia Lupte. And just a little thrown off because she was with an EMS worker and thought I had done something wrong, but went and got a little sauced up. I drank more alcohol, and then I called her back and said, okay, I guess I'll do it. So my sobriety date is July 1st. Just remember getting dropped off in detox and walking into the detox part, and I just took a deep breath and I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to do this again. You know, this isn't the first time I've dealt with this, but this is the first time I've ever been involved in Alcoholics Anonymous, and the fellowship obviously there. But I mean, throughout the almost 10 months, maybe 11 months that I was here, you know, it was hard. But being alone, being drunk all the time, being, you know, broke, that's what was most difficult. And whenever you're, you know, you got your mind right, clear thoughts, you can make better decisions, and it can definitely be done because you gotta want it. You gotta want to better your situation, or else nothing else is gonna change. I mean, there was a lot of meetings I went to, and a lot of them were with these guys, and we never once had to ride the bus to the meeting because we know people are gonna be there for us. We know people can pick us up. And you know, I feel like if anybody wants to change, this is the place to do it. Just come in here with one thing, just the willingness, and just don't give up. There's been a lot of times that I wanted to leave, but you know, noticed that people that leave early, they might come back. People that leave early could, you know, stay sober, but the silver chip means a lot, but you know, what's most important to me is staying sober. I mean, I can do good while I'm here, but you know, I still need the support while I'm not here. It's easy to stay sober in this bubble, but you know, if I ever needed some support, I know that this place is going to be here for me. I get a call like every day, silver chip calls. People call me every day and check on me, so that's all fine. But you know, just don't think too far in the future. Just come up here and just do what people suggest. They know what's best for us. So thank you, Mr. Dickens. I appreciate it, Mr. Hubbard, everybody in the planning room, Chris especially for, you know, his vision and getting all this right. Mr. Rayford, still don't think he remembers my name. But yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit of time, but you know, what's a little bit of time for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, me and Rayford. We remember y'all name. We just have trouble pronouncing. We really do. The last new alumni we're gonna be recognizing is the last of the clique members. Wow. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was thinking about Glenwood Avenue. Ain't y'all part of that Glenwood Avenue group? From downtown. Even somebody in the group did some cradle. No.
Eric Valid.
Memory started coming back. All I know is, sir, you was in detox 2 times. Overnight with contact 1 time. Met 1 2 times. Met 2 2 times. CTR 1 3 times. You mixed up with somebody. No, that's all right. You better check that system out. But all I know, CTR2 one time. You was here a total of 470 days, but poor job performance and inconsideration was the only help you got with to that board. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all guys, man. Y'all guys, man. But that's all right. Y'all, hopefully y'all will stick together and help each other stay so. I just want y'all to know, and I want the people to know that the guys that's in CTR1 now, how y'all manipulated and handled that community as a clique. But y'all did all right. I mean, you did what was out. I just had to keep saying that because I want the new guys to know. This is the help that you receive from your peers. After 4 o'clock buddy band with everyone you didn't process your concerns with. Now, who would put that on? Asylum roster check. Attend 3 trauma classes. Front and center for 2 weeks. 500 words on small crack sink big ships. 500 words on my recovery is not a laughing matter. So all I got to say is you was here, you attended 557 meetings. And just so John already said it, those guys, 3 of those guys right there was in the planning room. And we had to redo the whole planning room stuff after they came out. Because they had redid the boards and everything. So I will say they look good. Tracy is helping us with them now.
Yeah.
So but your mark is on them, Jake. Don't worry. So please help me welcome Silver Chip alumni number 1027. Last member of the clique, Mr. Jonathan Hill.
Yeah.
I love you too. Oh, man, I don't like going last. Everyone said so much like good stuff. I'm just up here like, thanks. I guess I'll go through like a quick spiel of like this guy like sitting in detox. So I arrived there, my mom drops me off, kind of the same thing, like with Jake, shoves me out of the car. He's like, "Are you sure you want to stay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like let's do this." I couldn't sleep for like 5 days. Didn't eat much. I remember like the first 1 or 2 days I was in the shelter. I haven't told anyone this, but one time Rayford yelled at me and like I almost peed my pants. That was so sad. I might have like needed to like the next day I like waited on like a day that like he wasn't in the shelter. It must have been like a weekend, and I called my mom and I was like, "Hey, the scary shelter monitor." He's like, "Nope, you're staying. You're staying." I really did not like. I was so delusional when I first got here. I did not think I needed to be here. I know that I did now though. Gradually over time, like the little things were important to me. Little things I figured out about myself. I was so scared. I wouldn't even leave like the front door of my house if I wasn't like completely like blacked out on the carpets. It was really bad. I was so scared of everything. You know, day by day I did eventually grow courage. And I think that's kind of why like me, Frank, and Jay kind of had fun with the community. Because like I wouldn't do that if I was so scared, you know. We're like, let's try this, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for everybody that's here. Quite a long time ago, I was what we call the scribe when you're in CTR1. You put the meetings on the board out for the day, a little history, AA, what was like on today, then a quote. And it was one of my last days as scribe. And I was like looking through the quotes that we had in this folder, and none of them really stood out to me. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna write my own quote on there. Because that's just something I would do.
Yeah.
So the next day, you know, someone walks up to me and was like, "Dude, I wrote like your quote, like on the front page of my book. I really like it." And I think that kind of like personifies like how
so many of our personalities kind of come together and we can kind of grow through this together. Like me, I'm just like writing this douchey quote on like on a whiteboard, but some guy like makes so much of it to himself that he like writes in of his big book, like the front page. And I'm so proud of him. He's getting his marble today. So I just think it's great. So I end up with a quote. I quote, "It's not that deep, bro. Just do what you need to do." Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, hello, everybody. My name is Jason Sexton. I'm the transition case manager here at the Vince. Also, silver ship number 544. So we want to recognize the men that have made it through the transitional portion of the program since the last ceremony. This part of the program, they start out doing a commitment. Then they look for work, they start working, they save money, and then they start looking for some type of recovery housing. I kind of help them through this process. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna come up here. I'm gonna give them a copy of their detox picture. Then we also have a tradition here. While we're out there, the premise behind it, while we're out there, we lose a lot of our marbles. So when they come up, they're gonna get one of the marbles back. All right? All right. The first gentleman is Donovan Wood.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, dude.
Kevin Mallard.
Yeah, Kevin.
Sandy Myers.
Hey, Jerry.
Zachary Locklear. Trey Simpson.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nathan Williams.
Okay.
Steve Henson.
Yeah. Hey.
On Richard Sam Jones. Rainey.
forget that, man.
Jeremy Cole.
Yeah,
Ian Sequel.
Appreciate y'all.
Congratulations on your family taking the game to keep doing good job.
Yeah, we got it. It never ends. It never ends. We got our fingers all in it.
Hello, my name is Brandon Slugunski. I'm the men's detox coordinator here at Gearing Transitions, and I am silver chip number 416.
Okay.
Timmy Fox began the service with us on May 11th, 2022. He started part-time and currently works full-time in detox. Our entry-level position is RES1, and he's currently RES2. Timmy also goes to school full-time. Timmy is a very valuable part of our team. He shows great care and compassion for everybody and wants to help everybody who walks through the door. And I am proud to have Timmy as part of our team. Let's celebrate Timmy's 1 year.
Hang on, Connor. How did you do it?
I love you all too.
I know him.
So my name is Timmy Fox. I'm silver shipper number 984.
Yeah.
Not only did this place save my life, it gave me a chance. I never worked before. I went straight from participant to employee, which was a very, very hard adjustment. I've been talked to multiple times about taking selfies inside of detox. Can't do that apparently. But they gave me a chance, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Yeah, I was sober, but what was I gonna do? And Taylor and Brandon gave me a shot, and it opened up this path to where I found the most purpose and the most wonderful journey I ever thought I'd be on. I did Tyler's intake for detox, right? And then coming to these ceremonies and watching guys that I did their intake on finish this program and change their lives. It doesn't even feel like a job sometimes. I mean, y'all make me earn my money. It doesn't feel like a job. I thoroughly enjoy clocking in. They've helped me get my peer support. They helped me get my recovery coach. They work with my scheduling for school while I'm in school full time, get my associate's degree. And every day it's just a blessing that I get to work here. And hopefully I'll be here 20 years from now. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's intimidating, bro.
I mean, congratulations, guys, and you are your brother's keeper, right?
Yeah.
And you support each other. And you show up and you give back. So, aside from all that click stuff, Jake and John, Mark, Close enough. Okay, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank our alumni, our Silver Chip alumni for showing up. So if you Silver Chipped in 2001, make your way to start the line. How if you were born in 2001?
Yeah. My girlfriend.
The man in the mask is why you have road crew.
Yeah.
All right, 2002, 2003. All right, 2004 or 2005. Williams was 2003. All right, 2006, 2007, 2008. All right, Lincoln. You got to greet everybody. Go start down there. Let them love on you. Daniel, good to see you. There you go. 2009. 2010. 2011. 2012. 2013. 8 and 6. And that guy got high in CPR2 room so many times. I mean, it shows how much it can change, right? Yeah. Absolutely. All right, 2015. That was not. 2016. 2017. 2020.
Oh, there.
Did I say 2017,
We're almost there. I can't remember.
2018? Point 19. COVID class of 2020. Twenty 21. Twenty 22. Twenty 23. People are just looking at my forehead on Zoom. All right, I'm gonna start talking.
I know we're still getting around the circle. I'm gonna start talking. I don't know why I want to say this, but there's a couple things I want to say. There's three things I think I want to say. One is that I'm going to start talking. Go. All right, so a couple things I want to say. Again, I don't know why I feel called to say this right now, but sometimes people silver chip and they use again and they come back and they may feel a little uncomfortable or should I stand up? And Mary said to me one time, she says, Chris, what am I going to do? I relapsed and I got an alumni shirt that says my sobriety date on it. And I said, that's still a very important date. It's when your life started to change. It's when you started building relationships. They were talking to a group of monks one time. They said, what do you guys do? We said, we walk. One of us falls down. The other one picks us up. We walk some more. Another monk falls down and we pick them up. So I'm proud of everyone who's in this room, who's showing that you're willing to get back up. And I'm proud of everyone who hasn't had to fall down once they got into recovery. Right? So Wes, this wasn't your first time getting into recovery.
Right.
The other thing I want to say is with Dane's help, is that there's an event here on Saturday, June 24th. Called the Chill and Grill. Starts at from 11 to 3. I haven't said this out loud to many people, but the way I think about this, they say, well, is this for alumni or is this for former participants? So if you've walked through the door here, whether you stayed a day or 5 years, was it? You're an alumni. So it is for both alumni and Silver Chip alumni. Okay. And we want to help celebrate anybody whose life has been impacted, whether they stayed a day or stayed a year. So that event, thanks to Dane and some other volunteers, is going on here Saturday, the 24th, 11 to 3. All right. I don't remember the third thing. But I want to thank everybody for being here and showing a commitment to recovery. And I want to thank the families who hopefully are getting their own healing in it too. Great night.
Hey, Bob, hey, Bob, hey, Bob, come on, hey, Bob, hold on.